Well, what's done is done. The president did the View. Folks argue about whether his appearance diminished the office in any way, but this is no holds barred politics. He needs women voters who are turning against him, like just about every other group is. The question, did he win the ladies back? Here's some highlights.
Does Mel Gibson need anger management?
What's the first couple of songs on your iPod?
Are you going to Chelsea Clinton's wedding?
Have you thought about an iPhone at all, making the switch?
Do you know that Lindsay Lohan is in jail?
Okay, well, do you tweet?
Should Snooki run as mayor of Wazilla?
I gotta admit, I don't know who Snooki is.
You don't?
It wasn't all fluff, by the way. Besides Snooki and the rest, they did touch on topics like Afghanistan and jobs. So did he win or lose today? Welcome back, Leslie and Margaret. Also joining us is Lindsay Piegza. She is an economist at FTN Financial. We haven't heard from her yet, so let's go to you first. Lindsay, what do you think?
You know, look, was he charming? Definitely. Were the co-hosts in awe of him? Certainly. But those of us that care what he's saying more than how he says it, we remain skeptical of his policies and his ability to get the economy back on track.
Did you like him before the election?
I'm not a fan of his policies. Okay. So I think right now...
That doesn't answer the question. Did you like him before?
I had my setbacks, my questions about... I did.
All right.
I did.
Do you think it's, Leslie, do you think it's going to help at all? Because it is a well-watched show.
Well, I think certainly with that audience, because he was charming, and also he's just won me over not knowing who Snooki is. I must say that. But when it comes to when it comes to that audience of that program, charming and those type of issues, I think he was spot on. And I wasn't even in favor of him doing this show, to be honest, to begin with.
Really? Okay. Well, I got to tell you that Margaret Hoover. We mentioned Snooki. We got a full disclosure. He said he didn't know who Snooki was, but we found a tape which seems to contradict that. Let's roll tape.
Oh, God.
The following individuals shall be excluded from the indoor tanning tax within this bill: Snooki, JWoww, The Situation, and House Minority Leader John Boehner.
Snookered by Snooki. What do you think, Margaret? Is that going to stick with him?
No. Note to President Obama, ask the meaning of the jokes that you're about to deliver. Have a clue what the jokes mean. If they get an applause line, maybe there's some resonance.
Well, at least he had to know how to pronounce her name.
He did.
Back when
I feel
he made
like it
the
must
joke.
have been phonetic, though. Have you ever seen the way they do presidential speeches? They do S-double-O.
So, Leslie Marshall, there's a little problem that we got going here. He says in one case he didn't know her, but then months earlier he claims he did.
If this is a problem for the American people, David, I'm concerned and think I should move from America.
Right.
Because I mean, honestly, there are times I have to say that I have to read copy, and I'm not a president. And you got it right there. It's phonetically written out, and I don't know what I just said, perhaps. And I think that he may, except for John Boehner, I'm not sure he knew the rest of that lineup.
All right. Well, on this substantive stuff, Lindsay, how do you think he did?
I think he did make very good general points, but he didn't talk about specifics. But I don't think that's what the audience wanted.
No.
They wanted overall summaries of what he's done. They wanted to really create this persona, this very popular persona that he's been doing. But look, I think we'd rather all have a president that has higher approval ratings and commands respect rather than one that elicits girlish giggles because he's a charming,
Leslie, is that
guy.
why you were against him appearing on The View to begin with?
Yeah, very frankly, I was. You know, even though we have somehow made presidents celebrities, they're our commander-in-chief. He has a lot on his plate, and I'm not sure there's the time to do this. I understand appealing to the female voter. We have a midterm election in November, but I just think that there were things more pressing. Then again, he did deliver what was required of him. I wasn't so thrilled for him taking that time out of the day to do that, quite frankly, on all of our dime, and I'm a liberal Democrat.
Although, Margaret, I bet a Republican president, the next one, if The View, God willing, is still with us, will be on it.
I have no problem with him going on The View. I mean, the reality is he's talking to women who he's lost by 20%, according to some polls. The difference is they care about jobs. They're the nexuses of their families, and they want to see jobs come back.
Last word coming up on deck, just a distraction. Democrats blow off.